afternoon. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Rangers versus Heart, top of the league clash. None of this mid-table rubbish for us. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening. This afternoon, is the one and only, yes, the one and only, the Fox. Afternoon, Fox.
Good afternoon.
How are you, mate? I think you've got a team for us, mate, yes?
I have indeed. The team is Alan McGregor in goal, the back four of James Taverner, Goldson, Balogun and Barisic, middle three of Kamara, Lundstrom and Aribo, up front it's right, Hadji and Morelos. Substitutes are McLaughlin, Bassey, Patterson, Davis, Bacuna, Roof and Fashion Jr.
I think I'm due a few bars with that team, Fox, eh?
Now, did you get any right?
No, man, I didn't get right was right. The big bet was the back four, and we were 100% right, myself and yourself, I believe.
Correct. I only had one difference in my team. I had Steve Davis in where Joe Aribo is, and I had Aribo up front where Wright is. I had
Hadji where Wright is, mate, yeah?
Right.
All right, but there we go. Awesome. Not bad, but interesting, attacking. Bit of pace up front with Wright. Sorry, I had Aribo up. Let me just see. Not. I didn't have Wright. In the team. I know that. Anyway, look, interesting bit of pace, a bit of guile, and a bit of strength up front. I thought Lundstrom was due again, Fox. Your thoughts?
Aye, I think Lundstrom's been playing well, but I would have liked Steve Davis a wee try on the right hand side. It's been a bit of a problem place for us, and Steve Davis in his former time at Rangers has played for right back, right midfield as well. And I think he offers more attacking. I think it's more balanced when he would play there. I like Joe Aribo on the left because it links up with all the left footers and Balogun, Barisic, Kamara, and of course Joe Aribo himself on the left. So that's the way I would have set up, but the manager knows better than us.
I think I had Sakala in for right, mate, and my reasoning for that was mere pace. But look, Sakala could be effective coming off the bench, yeah?
Well, we have got a strong bench. We've got good cover in every position. Two youngsters in Bassey and Patterson for the fullbacks, Davis for the middle, along with Bacuna, and up front we've got Ruth and Fashion Sakala on the subs bench, so we can alter it at any time, and we're no weakening the team by bringing on any of those players.
Would you argue that Bassey gives you a bit of cover in the centre-back positions if something happened?
No, I don't, mate. We've already seen him there, and he looked hopelessly out of place for me. Mm-hmm. He might have worked well at under 21 level, where he's a big unit himself. He maybe have stood out in that position. But I think when we did try him out, he was hopeless in the air, mate, myself. That's what I thought.
Being an old centre-half yourself, you would know that, eh?
I think MD was watching it would know it, mate. I don't think he won a header in the whole game.
No, his positioning didn't look natural there, did he?
He did not.
No. You're a big fan of Fredo Morelos, so we're looking for goals for him today. But if he makes goals for somebody else and we go and win, we're happy as well. Eh?
Well, the goals this season have been kind of sparse, but they've been spread out amongst players, which is a good sign as well. We're not so dependent just on Morelos scoring. I like Wright myself. I like that he runs with the ball and takes players on. I think he could be developing into a good player for us in the coming season. I do like Wright.
Okay, I think we'll get these phone lines opened up. If you're ready, let's hear from you.
No, that way we won't.
No, but we will hear from you. Oh, here we go.
Oh, what a mess.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
There we go. Jack of all trades, master of none, pal.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, listen, mate. Look, you get what you pay for in this world. Do you know what I mean?
Ah, of course.
Nah, you get what you pay for, you know. But I arguably in form this now, that's my strongest team. I think maybe a fit Roof gets in it, but Roof's impact has been for the bench. I mean, you know, his goal scoring record's excellent, but arguably with the players that's fit this now, that could be my first 11 now. I can't believe I've not got Stephen Davis in it, but I think Lundstrom's coming to the fore if he continues his good run of form.
He's had a settled run over the last couple of games. I still prefer Joe Aribo to be up front. I think he's more dangerous, more creative, can score goals. I think he's wasted on the right-hand side of our midfield, mate. I don't know if anybody else would agree with that or no, but for me, Joe Aribo is an attacking player and should be in the front three.
I think he's more effective in the front three, mate. I really do. I don't disagree with you there. He's always looking to go forward, so sometimes when he's playing in midfield, his natural instinct to go forward means that he's not aware of the danger yet. I like Big Joe there, I must admit.
Aye, well, I mean, we don't know what sort of threat the Hearts will pose today. I'm not like everybody else, so I don't fear Hearts today. I don't think they might put up a bit of a fight, but they'll be crushed like everybody else that comes to Ibrox. I expect Rangers to score in both halves and concede none. I'd be going for a 3-0 win.
Oh, here, folks. I went for 4 last night. Yeah. I think what we're looking at, if we're looking at the league table, and we're deciding that this team's close to us. But if we play, we win comfortably, mate.
Aye, I would expect us to. I honestly think we'll win easy. I don't think they've no beaten us in the last five games at Ibrox. I don't expect it to change today. I think we'll comfortably take control of the game and run out easy winners.
Here, Fox. You're the man. You know, answering that.
An old man.
Right, 49 Rangers now, 49. 13-2 Hearts. So the betting's changed slightly. A bit of money went in Rangers, mate. 11-10, 11-20. Sorry.
Well, I think I was a betting man. You know where the money would be on. I think we've lost one in about 48 big games, mate. So what have we got to fear? They're up there a point behind us, but they've not faced us. They've faced all the lower division sides and beat them. Mm-hmm. So this will be their toughest test, and a big test it's going to be today for them. But I expect them to fail and fail poorly.
Here, mate. Here. And you expect the club to play 4 lads had a dream? Or just so everybody enjoys it?
Every time we score, mate. Every time.
All right, okay. I like it, mate. I like it. Right, folks. I think we've got a caller coming in. Afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Ox. Good afternoon, Fox.
How we doing, Andy?
Not too bad. Just trying to find one of these phones that bloody work. I don't know if it's the internet on my bloody phones. So this one sounds clear enough at the minute, right enough. So we'll see how we go with this one.
Was that a photograph that was doing the rounds of you on social media? Was that you, or was that a spoof?
Oh, you mean the one with the shoes?
Yes.
Yes, that was me and my good lady, yes.
I didn't see your good lady, no.
The shoes were, I got offered plenty of money for them on the night, right enough, you know, but, and the lasses I yield to get it back to the hotel. Nah, you're all right, I'll stick with the shoes.
well, so what do you think of the team, mate? You heard that?
Yes, I think he's going back to type. I would have had Patterson in for Tavernier, and I would have had Davis. Why? I wanted to see the fact that, all right, he grew into the game against Hibs, played no bad in the second half. I would also think it gives him the confidence. And my thinking is as well, with Tavernier not playing well, as it stands at the moment, it also makes Tavernier think harder that he's got to concentrate a wee bit better on his defensive side. I get what he's done. I knew he would. That's what I thought he would do. He would go with Tavernier and Barisic on the other side. But I just want to see him get a couple of runs. You know, getting in there. I want to see him improve game on game, Patterson, and get better. You know, and stopping and starting probably ain't going to help that. But I get the fact that he's the captain and he's got to play. So I've no complaints with it as far as that goes. I would have had. I'd have dropped Kamara and had Davis in.
On the left hand side, you'd have put Davis in the left hand side of midfield.
No, I would have just had him behind. Oh, wait a minute, Kamara. All right, yeah, possibly. Yeah, I would have thinking about that. Yeah, it would have to be Kamara and Rebo coming out.
Oh, but you could have swapped a Rebo over and put Davis on the right. But would you went with
right?
Middle, Andy?
Well, I wouldn't have gone with Lundgren, but I mean, he's playing well, isn't he? He's got 3 man of the matches, so that counteracts anything that I think about him. So I think in a game like this, Davis should play. I think he's, the guy that can open them up. No, this game's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You know what you're going to get off of these. Nielsen sets his teams up with kick and gouge. They've got a wee bit of form now. Interesting one for me with Lumsden is. I want to see him carrying on, but I want to see how he stands up to the real rigors of Scottish football, and I think they're going to get about him. I want to see how he stands up. He stands up out of that, then obviously I'm getting it wrong with him after the first. But the last 3 games, I can't complain. He's played well.
I don't disagree with you, mate. I thought he didn't set ahead of him for, let's say, the first half a dozen times, yeah. But since then, the last 3 league games, he's arguably been my best player, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not been hard in my eyes, as I said to Alec, I've got to sort of get past that. I mean, it's all right in 3 games. I want to see what he's done after 15, 16, right enough, but you can only go by what he's done, and he has looked I thought when we took Kamara and Aribo off last time against the Minifield there, we come forward, seemed to be striving, we were better going through the midfield. I wouldn't, the 2 of them, Kamara and Aribo at the moment, doing nothing for me. But he's there, the 2 that's going to be in the team there with Lumsden. So it'll be interesting in that midfield today. I still would have started. I'm with Fox. I would have all day long with Davis. I think we're writing him off too quickly. I mean, the season's not starting properly because of the internationals as well. It's stop, starting.
Playing devil's advocate, we're writing him off too quickly, but we want to drop our captain.
Well, yeah, there is we can pick up points on any of them, couldn't we, right enough? But I mean, I just think, Davis.
Listen, if you don't fancy Tav, that's you're entitled to that.
I've never fancied Tav. You know that. I mean, I make no bones about that. I mean, his last game against Dundee away, he got stripped by that guy coming across him, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and he didn't learn on the second one. He can't defend. His quality is going forward, scoring goals and putting crosses in. But they're not even on form at the minute. But you never know. This might just give him a kick. I mean, the one thing for sure is Patterson's chasing him now. That's the fact. So he's going to have to up his game, isn't he?
I'll bring in Mr. Fox.
I don't know how you can write off Tav like that, mate. We've got strikers in our Hall of Fame that haven't got the stats that James Tavernier has. 90 assists, 60 odd goals.
Right.
Yes.
But stats can make anything look good. I mean, you look at the number of defensive mistakes he's made, not being back where he is. The 2 of them at the moment, if you're looking at Tab and Golston, they 2 are not on the same page. They're constantly giving each other the evils and that. I just want the team to be strong. I'm not writing him off as a player. I don't fancy him, Fox. I've never have done. I've been constant on that. I don't think, but I can't. You can't. You've got to quote the stats at me. I've got the chance. I've got the argument. But stats can be made to look what they are.
Aye, fair comment. Right, move on.
And how do you see
you've been joined by Big Al as well there.
Oh, big man. Big Jason. How we doing, Jason?
Not bad. I think there's some strikers in the Hall of Fame that are better defenders than Tav. How's that one for a starter for 10? I'm looking forward to the game. There's only 2 changes for the team I gave you, and I would have had Patterson and I would have had Bacuna instead of Aribo. But apart from that, I mean, it does look like it's. I don't know if Wright's a first team player quite yet, but I do like Wright. I think he gives us that option. He's got legs about him, so I like that.
He's due a game, right?
I would have liked this.
He's due a game, right? He's due a game, right? He's been in and out. He scored against at the start of the season. He's not been great since then. Not been poor, but not been great.
Aye, but that's what I mean. I don't know if he's like your first team choice. You know what I'm saying? But I like him. I like the players that are sprightly. That's how I would have preferred Bacuna, and to see what Bacuna can do, because I'm like I like in regards to Aribo, I've never really fancied him, so I'd like to see Bacuna get a bit of a run. And the bench looks good as well, but I think it's important that the first 11 that's on the park, they take the lead in before we maybe need to change it. I don't think we'll go behind today, but I would like to see us 1-0 and dragging out and then having to change it. I like to see the players that are on the park go on there, dominate, get 2 or 3 up, then change it and go for some more. You know what I mean? Go for some more glory. And I think Lundstrom deserves his position as well. It's difficult with Davis. I mean, he's not a bad player, but personally myself, I think he lies too deep. I want to see his aggressive forward thinking, and I think we will need Davis throughout the season. But I think Lundstrom's done enough for the last 4 or 5 games to keep a hold of that shot.
I think I accept Andy's point that.
Andy.
Andy's point about Lundstrom, that it was man of the match, or arguably, all right, it was against Hibs, I think, Dundee and say Livingston. I can't remember the 3 matches, but that was with his best players. But you can only play what you're up against. So if he was man of the match, what does it say about the rest? You've got to be fair to the boy.
You mean no opposition?
No, what does it say about the rest of our players? We criticised. I thought Lundstrom, I'm way Andy, I thought Lundstrom came in, I thought, oh no, I'm not sure about this lad. It doesn't look as if he's going to cut it at the start. And then slowly he's going in. We might think that after the day's game, or we might think, God, he's value for cash. This boy, we've done well here. That's what happens with players, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Look, I was the same. Probably I was a bit more reserved in my thoughts with Lundstrom, because I was hoping he's came for the Premier League. He's got to take Scotland by storm. We've seen that in the past. Your Joey Barton's and that kind of kick a ball, but I think it's took a wee bit of time to settle in, but I think you can see the incremental movement with him over the past 3 or 4 games. He's getting that confidence. As I said to you this morning, I think he's due a goal, so I'd like to see him get a goal maybe this afternoon.
Can I just come in about our 2 midfield players that people tend to write off, in Kamara and Aribo in their positions? I think they're the 2 toughest positions in our 4-3-3 lineup. I think they've got to cover the most ground, A, going forward, and B, back in defence. And it takes a lot out of the players in that position. That's how I think Aribo kind of struggles a wee bit in it. You've got to have some engine in to cover for the full backs, plus go forward if and when it's available. And I think they do more work than any other person in the side. And I think it's easy when they get overrun in the midfield that they look bad. But all the time they're working away all the time, all through the game for the full 90 minutes. And I think they're underappreciated by a lot of supporters.
I think you can see that with Kamara, Fox, but I think how you've described that there, the way they want to play, I think we're all in agreement. That's not Rebo's game, so why are we playing him there? We want him to be further up the park, doing that Tanner Ball stuff on the edge of the box. So that
I agree with you. I think he is better one further forward, I do. Yeah, I agree with you.
I think we've all said that, but so why does the manager keep persisting playing him in that position where he has to? We're not getting value out of him, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And he's just never floated my boat. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's floated my boat, so I don't want.
I think Al, that we've tried there the last couple of seasons to find the right player to play in there. Maybe that's why Obaforo was brought in, but he's been out the picture. We've tried the season before as well to put somebody else in there. the boy that we brought in loan and never took up. Can't remember his name now. Zunga. But we haven't found MD. And I think myself that Steve Davis, although his age, would be the best suited to be there. I think he can cover for Tav going forward because he can do it in the midfield, he can do it in the wing. Plus, he's got a wee bit of creativity in him as well, Davis, to add a wee bit of strength going forward.
Does that know what Bakuna's there for?
I don't think he looks the type for that either. I think he's another one that will be further forward, you know.
So he would play in that position where we would like to see Aribo playing in as well.
No, where we would all like to see Ryan Jack, but unfortunately we've lost Ryan Jack is the key to that position, but unfortunately through injury we've lost him and never found cover.
I think Andy, when I watched the game last week, or the last game, I was thinking that to myself. I personally, I think the midfield would be a good midfield. Lundstrom, Jack, and Kamara.
Yeah, that does sound good off the top of the head. Just thinking about it, definitely.
He would say that.
I would say that anyway. I've got a fear that I don't think he might come back for 1 or 2, but I've got a funny feeling he's done now. I hope I'm wrong, because
I'm picking up different to that, Andy. I'm picking up what I know that it's all gone positive for Ryan Jack at the moment. No, that doesn't mean it doesn't turn again, but I'm picking up that it's all positive, mate. Yeah.
It's on the field of play, though, the way he gets stuck in and all that. If this thing is persistent, then it could quite easily go again, right enough.
As far as they're concerned, they've cured the issue he had.
All right. Oh, that's encouraging, then, right enough.
Yeah, but
you'll not see him till. I don't think you'll see him anyway. Even if he comes through and he gets there, he's got to get his Mr. Pre-season and all that, and last season. So I don't think you'll see him at the back end of November anyway.
I got a funny feeling you could see him appearing in squads after the next international break, mate.
Right. Okay. That's encouraging. I'll take that.
If it goes well.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes,
it's great to hear Fox on the panel. It's great to go back to the old school.
I couldn't agree more with you, Big Al. I couldn't agree more.
It was great to, when I tuned in this morning, I heard his dulcet tones. He's no good as that receptionist, commissioner of the corps, if you like, on the phone in.
Do you think,
on the panel.
You've been very, very neutral. Do you think if Fox can't make the game, it'd be a good idea for him to do the Matchday shows?
Aye.
Well, just leave me alone doing my technical stuff, please.
That's a great idea, Big Al. That's a great idea.
Aye. I always remember that day I first heard you. I heard you, Fox and Brisman on the bus. I was going to a wee job. I stumbled across you. That day will never leave me.
Aye. It was a few years ago now, wasn't it?
Aye, it's a few years ago.
Well, we'll through a lot
veterans, they say. I'll need to get a campaign medal off you.
Pampas grass.
Pampas grass, aye. I'll need to tell you that JCB one. The JCB one's a belter. One day. Maybe if I can make a shoot over in March, and maybe come into your gig and we'll do a wee turn on the stage for 5 minutes, and I'll give you the JCB one in front of a live audience.
No, my mother will be at that, mate.
All right, okay. Oh, then.
Oh dear. But aye, it'd be great to see you anytime, mate. And it was obviously, considering where you are, the fact that you met up with a lot of the guys after the show was fantastic, wasn't it?
No, but it looks like they've starting international flights. So anyway, I'm not going to detract for the game. I'm looking forward. I want Alfie to get a goal today as well.
Yeah.
He needs to get a goal. He needs a goal. Look, we had he's coming back full of confidence.
Yeah.
That goal was against Germany. He's got his new hairdo, so a weave in.
He's got a lot going for him, Hadji, ain't he, Fox?
Just reminds me of myself when I was younger, mate. That's all. If I had a
With the
clone,
same
it would be
Turkish
him.
barber.
If I had a clone, it would be him. You couldn't see that, Andy. I was seeing your picture last week. I don't think there's no resemblance between you and Haji.
Oh, well, I used to have a good head there, right enough, but I always shaved it off even when I was younger, like, you know, because it was that era and that, right enough. And the old man used to say, you'll end up going bald. I used to dye it red, white and blue and all sorts, like. My daughter says I'll knackered all my follicles, but you know, that crap, like, because she's an hairdresser, like, you know, but I'm all right. It says messing about in the mirror for half an hour in the morning, doesn't it, you know?
Pluses and minuses, mate.
Aye.
You've still got your
it's all right.
Maybe know you've still got your faculties.
Well, they're still there at the moment. I'll tell you what, running about that Glasgow's changed, right? You know, I mean, I used to know that like the back of the hand when I used to run away from him and all that, and I used to get myself out of trouble and out of guys, but it's bloody changed, right enough. Like, there's always that crackle in the air in Glasgow that gives me the buzz, like, you know. I was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was looking out at Ibrox, honestly, on the night there, you know, with the ground lit up with the lamps and that, and I could see my dad and all that. And great memories, man. Oh, fantastic. I've seen all over the Rangers, seen them, been to every games all over the place, but just seeing that, you know, the stadium empty, lit up.
How long have you been doing
that brought them? 58 years.
58 years.
But I used to run away. Well, from 7, 8 years, I used to run away. I used to go and get my mark at school, and then we'd go out of the back door, like, and by the time my dad come looking for me, I was halfway itching it up the road to Glasgow. Like, I caused him some grief when I look back, right enough. But that's just the way it was. I needed to get there, so I just ran for about 7 or 8. I did 17 in a row at 9, and then there was a thing called the Purcell tickets where you got tokens on it, and you could get it for 50 pence on the train. If you were accompanied by an adult, I had about 17 different dads. Tell them I'm your son. They used to say, "Oh, there's that wee bugger there coming now." But I would have think the positions I got, and I don't know if I'm still alive, to be honest with you. I got myself in some bad, you know, as a young boy there, you know. But I'm here to tell the story, and I wouldn't swap it for anything. I'm glad I did it, you know.
You know how quiet I am in real life, Al. You know what I mean? Quite shy myself.
Why?
Aye. That's a good thing. I think everybody pretty much is streetwise, isn't it? It's difficult now with the young ones, like, but you can drag me anywhere in the world. I'd survive. No bother, man. I'm not died of winter yet, so I'm all right.
Yeah. Right. What's the score going to be today, Andy? What bet have you done?
Well, I went for a daft one on 5-1. You know what I got for that? 45-1. So I put a couple of quid on that. I think it'll be 2-0 or 2-1.
2-0 or 2-1. Okay. I went for 4-0 last.
I had, yeah.
Right, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it will be 4-0, but I think if we play, we win really comfortably, Andy, honestly.
Yeah, well, you see at Ibrox, really, I mean, I know they've had a bit of a bite on us on some of their away games of late, right enough, but at Ibrox, we usually take them out pretty handsomely, don't we? You know, and that's what I'm clinging at today. Like, in the way they finished the second half against the Minifield, I'm hoping that they're going to get it on, and this Orris keep for yesterday, you know what I mean? I think they just backfired on that. They'll sell more shirts off the back of that, and boy, you'll hear that song sing for louder and prouder for a long, long time now. They don't learn, these people, do they?
No, but no publicity, no oxygen to the publicity, mate. Yeah, that's all they lead up. They know what they're trying to do, and we're on top of them now, and next time we'll start taking it to them, and they'll know like it.
Yeah, right, okay. I was fizzing yesterday, right enough, but I'm calm now.
But that's him, got what you wanted, and don't get angry with these people, mate. Yeah, never argue with an idiot, Andy.
Well, that's true, but in the self-prison, we'll leave it right. And I'm getting kind of really pissed off with this now. It's about time we started fighting back. I think we've brought a lot of these problems on myself for letting these people surround us and not say. When it happened in my day, and it certainly when it happened to my dad, and you know that when it happened in your dad's day, Ox and Big Al, we just wouldn't have stood for it. But I get that there's Big Brother watching you, and you can lose your jobs and all that, right enough. But you know, we've ended up every tradition we gave to them. The everyone, I said at the time, biggest mistake going, because we did that to appease them, and all that did was allow them to encroach even more and just chip away at us. And now we're surrounded by them, and it's hard. It's like anything, you're surrounded by something. It's hard to chip away out of it. But I'll leave it at that, because I'll get going again, you know. But it's just a shame. Like I say, I think my dad or him, and no, I'm telling you now, no way this would be happening. But it is, and this is the modern Scotland in 2021, isn't it?
But we'll come again, mate. Don't you worry.
I hope so. I wish I was young enough to have a hand in it, but I'm too old for that now.
Fox, people just
you can become the spokesman for it if you want.
Oh, I'll do that. Well, if I've got a tanner, I'll clout some. I'll clout somebody with it.
You don't need a tanner.
What's your line? Yeah, what's your line?
No, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll repeat it. You're not on Ibrox Radio now. Okay.
No, well, I don't swear on there neither.
Fox, that's an official yellow card for that word. Fox.
Is that Michael Stewart turning your head?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's
Michael
Fox,
Stewart's
give us the team.
head, man.
Fox, give us the team.
The team is Alan McGregor in goal, James Taverner, Connor Goldson, Balogun, Barisic at the back, middle three of Kamara, Lundstrom and Aribo, and up front right, Hadji and Morelos. Substitution available are McLaughlin, Bassey, Patterson, Davis, Bacuna, Roof and Fashion Jr.
Right, okay. Strong bench, Big Al.
Aye, definitely. But Fashion, he'll be coming back with a bit of confidence. He was scoring when he was away, was he not? Did Drift score as well?
He scored in.
So we've got guys that are not by the back of the net. As we've got cover, we've got Parsons as cover. See, just on that, look, there isn't much between. I would just like to see Parsons because he's young, he's fresh, he's Scottish, he's one of our players. It's not again Tavernier. There's no much. You couldn't get a sheet of paper between the two of them. Like at this moment in time, I think Parsons still got a wee bit to go to be the first team. I'd just like to see him in before get maybe a chance. Like, but look, I think Tavernier too can come on to a bit of a game. Andy's right. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but when he's on his game and he can ping that ball in and he's scoring free kicks, look, there isn't much better. We couldn't hope for much better actually. So I appreciate Tavernier. I appreciate for what he does.
You're going to get a change in regard at one point, you know. But I don't think quite at that yet, you know. And the passing kicks.
That's what I was kind of alluding to.
He'll get the shot, but. Listen, again, Andy, if we play, we win.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm buzzing for this one. After the way we come back against the Minifilth there, like they think that they'd take it on and go because it's set down a marker.
I've got across you, mate. We've been joined by David all the way from Spain. All right, David.
Hello, guys. How are we?
All right, mate. What's on your mind, brother?
Just a quick one. I think the team today is quite a good team. We're missing wee Kenny, obviously, but I'm hoping proper blue nose. He shines brightly today. Got wee Hadji in the team. He's my favourite player. And Lundstrom, as the boys have been debating, I hope he just blows us all away today. So good luck. Let's smash the Hearts. Although I've got a wee soft spot for them, I want to smash them and just put some distance between us in the league. And really, that's all I've got.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. I mean, obviously everybody knows what I think about Hadji, but he's one of my favourites as well. But hopefully we get a result and right this kick on. He's got a chance, Big Al, with Kent not being in the side,
Definitely.
He's got a good chance, but it'd be nice to see he kicks on the right. Brian Kent comes back and he's on the left, Wright's on the right, and then we're dominating. We're playing with wingers and wing backs, you know what I mean? We're attacking, we're getting crossing the ball, and Alfie's putting in the back of the net, Ruth's putting in the back of the net, Sakala's putting in the back of the net. I think if he gets a few games, I think Wright will do us a good turn. I think he will. Because he just came out of the blue. I never noticed the boy before in Scottish football. but the management team, I think, they would trust him with regards to the boy.
He was brought up next to Ryan Jack, wasn't he? For the same tune. Proper Blue Nose, he's both of them.
The both favourite. I don't know. I know Ryan Jack's a big Blue Nose. His family was, because his mother was in Glasgow, but I don't think Scott Wright's got the same connection, yeah. But
how do you know? That's what he had.
No, listen, I wouldn't put any money on it, but I don't think he's got the background that Ryan Jack's got. He had connections with the club. But look, he plays for us now. Does it matter? He's not the first player to come for Aberdeen, is he? Fox, one of your favourites, came for Aberdeen, didn't he?
Sorry?
One of your all-time favourites came for Aberdeen.
Who?
Did he come for Aberdeen? Dave Smith originally?
Imagine that, I thought you were saying Jim Bett there, and I was going to question you.
No, he signed for the
Lock. I thought you were going to say.
No, he went to Aberdeen eventually after he left us, didn't he? He was a good player.
Did we take Snelder to Aberdeen, or did he go to Aberdeen after us?
He came to us for Aberdeen. I mean, obviously, Davy Robertson came for Aberdeen.
Davy Robertson.
Aye.
Stephen Wright as well.
He had that boy Wright as well, didn't he?
Aye. Stephen Wright. He never quite done it for us, didn't he? He never did.
Bad injury, or he would have made it up.
Is he not a coach?
He was, mate. He was. I don't know where he is now, mate. I don't know where he is now. How's the game? What's the score going to be today, David?
3-1 the Gers.
Oh, we'll take that. Big Al does the predictive future. He does the predictive future.
Alfie score first.
Alfie scored first. All right. Listen.
I'll go Lundstrom to score first, then Alfie to score.
All right. I love it, big. Andy, thanks for joining us as always, mate.
No problem.
Get these shoes up. You might need them for March.
Oh, listen, they'll be in the case, don't worry about it. I was looking down to see if I got any blemishes on them, because I've been going nuts.
Oh, dear. What was it? You were Cinderella, were you?
I'll tell you, honestly, some drink there. That bloody Alec, he kept saying to me, right, this vodka's no good. And he had his own doubles right enough, but I must admit, when we come out, I wasn't even staggering. And then when we got to the hotel, like, they shut the bloody bar on us at 1 o'clock, like, so he wasn't happy.
He wasn't staggering because he'd put you in a wheelchair. No chance. I mean, we were all players were absolutely, and we drank all night, double vodkas for the first two, and it didn't touch. I don't know if it was just the adrenaline or like that, like, but you would have thought after all night, like, would have been slightly rocking, but there wasn't.
All right, listen, can I thank you? Thank Big Al always for Australia, David for Spain, Andy for Leeds, and of course the one and only Fox. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back.
Thank you very much.
15 minutes after the final whistle, talking about a Rangers victory. Take it away, all school blue.
Go.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Every Saturday we follow to cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. For Scotland's gallant few, who times they have most successful team in football. Well, Scotland's gallant few, well, times they have been hard, we'll follow near and far. You will always hear us roaring.